Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to DieCrypter. DieCrypter is a tactical stealth action game built in the Unity engine. Please note that this isn't a review of the game, this is simply a preview because the game isn't actually out yet and it's only been in development for 1.5 months or so. In DieCrypter, all humans are preserved in the virtual world and take control of avatars. However, the avatar you possess has been corrupted, and because of this you now play the antagonist rather than the goody-goody two-shoes. As you're roaming across these virtual worlds, you'll come across these bots, and bots are really deadly. They're essentially sentries, and the beam you see going around them is essentially their vision radius. You can only take a couple hits for them, maybe 5 or 6 hits before you go down, and they'll push you back to the start of the level. So the best way of handling the bots is essentially to sidestep them, avoid them, or take them out if that's not possible. An interesting feature you'll find in DieCrypter is that it's got vertical levels. You can go up and down freely on these elevators, and because of these vertical elements, platforming can and already has been implemented to some degree. You're given a number of tools to help you deal with the bots. At the moment there are only 5 or 6 gadgets available. You get stuff like mines and decoys and katanas and all sorts of things. There isn't any one single way to solve a particular challenge. You have all your gadgets and stuff, and it's up to you to figure out how to use them in unison. So say you could leave a decoy behind a corner and place a mine next to it. So the bot sees the decoy, comes over to it and hits the mine and takes him out for you. On the other hand, you could just wait around a corner with a katana, wait for the bot to come by and then slice off its legs. Or just take out the bot entirely with a couple extra hits. Now the bot AI isn't completely finished yet. As I've said, the game's only been in development for 1.5 months. But cutting off the droid's legs already plays this animation where it calls for help. So you could potentially knock it out and disable it, and place mines around it so it calls for help, and then loads of bots come nearby and you eliminate all of them in one single go. Alternatively, you could simply take the more challenging route and try and dodge and bypass all of them without being spotted. In the current state the game's in, you have to do this to some degree because the gadgets you're given do not have unlimited ammo, and you're going to have to ration the ammo supplies if you want to survive. The developer tells me that the little bits you see on the ground, the tiny little spots you can pick up, are the game's currency. This means that there will be shops in the game, and you'll be able to buy more gadgets and more ammo and essentially refresh your inventory. One minor annoyance I had with the game was that when you're walking down corridors like this from north to south, you cannot see the enemies that are beyond, and they occasionally can see you and fire at you before you even catch sight of them. This does appear to be fixed with the most recent version of the game. You can watch devlogs for the game on the developer's YouTube channel, which I'll link in the description below. And in one of the most recent developer logs, you can see that there's a radar or minimap on the top right. There's only a single person working on this project, it's only him, and he does a good job of putting out content and patching the game frequently. The video right now is showing you one of the basic platforming sections I told you about earlier. And like I said, it is very basic, but it's a start and definitely goes a long way to add variety to the game. It is a simple game so far, and it can be quite fun and even challenging at times. Once the world is expanded and more enemies added and more gadgets, you can start to see why this could potentially become a very, very fun game. The greenlight page of this game does state that puzzles are to make an appearance at some point, and there would be plenty of them. So you have mostly a stealth-based game, with a tiny bit of platforming and a little bit of puzzling thrown into the mix. Nothing seems set in stone at the moment, and the developer seems happy to take suggestions on board. He's hoping to release it in the following summer for PC, Mac and Linux. Graphics wise, the game looks very interesting and unique, especially the particle effects when you blow up the enemy droids. As I've said before, the game is constantly changing, and as you can see through the devlogs, he's gone through many iterations of what the droids actually look like, and they've sprouted legs in this instance, and it's a work in progress. Hopefully sometime in the near future we can see loads of new enemies, gadgets, weapons and all sorts of things, especially new ways to encounter and go about solving problems. With the thousands of indie games out there nowadays, any one lone game can easily get buried. If you do like what you see and you enjoy stealth action hybrids, then this game is definitely worth a look and it's definitely worth your support. If you do want to support it, it's as simple as upvoting it on Greenlight. I'll put the links up to the game's website, its Twitter handle, its YouTube account and its Greenlight page, so you guys can have a look-see for yourselves. There's a demo freely available on the game's website. The demo runs in your browser, so you can have a look at it really quick if you like. Load it up and just have a go at it. Just a fair warning, the demo is quite a bit short and is lacking some features like resolution options, and I'm pretty sure it runs an older version of the game, so you won't have access to each and every single gadget, especially the new ones that get added through updates. Anyway guys, that's it from me. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment and all that stuff, it does help me out. and best luck to the developer and his game. See you guys around next time.